Football. Welcome back to the new my podcast, where football talks get real, and every match preview, hot take, and reaction. You know we celebrate thought passion, mixing it with analysis from the local pitches to the global stages. And if you crave controversy, well, this is the kitchen where we cook and serve it best. So make it your home for football talk that never pulls its punches. What a night of the Champions League. I mean, this is what we like to see. This is why I was excited. This is why you were excited. Now, let's get to it. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video so we can promote this channel together. Now, we're going to start in Spain, where the Gunners had a 2-0 win over Athletic Bilbao. I mean, San Mamés is not an easy place to go and win. But the Gunners, they did it. I mean, first half, it looked like a balanced game. Athletic Bilbao were really playing well. Arsenal struggled a little bit, and it was surprising. But again, for the past 2 seasons, they've been in the Champions League. They have accumulated some level of experience, and that applies also to Mikel Arteta. So, second half, he was able to make very good substitutions that put their fingerprint on the game. One was Gabriel Martinelli. He came on less than 70 seconds. He was on the score sheet. He gave Arsenal the lead. Another one was Leandro Trossard. He drilled the final nail in the coffin, and Arsenal buried Athletic Bilbao in San Mamés. We are going to stay in Spain and move over to the Santiago Bernabeu. Now in Bernabeu, we saw a shocking starting 11 where Vinicius Junior was left on the bench. This is the second time it has happened this season. I was not expecting that. But remember, during the preview, I said when it comes to Xabi Alonso, I cannot predict or comfortably predict this starting 11 because he can really switch things. I was expecting Rodrigo to start, but as a right winger. Now, this was the shock. He started as a left winger, and Franco Mastantuono had to start the game. I mean, this kid, I don't know what is it, but Xabi Alonso is saying, I trust this kid a lot. I don't know if it is the right call, to be very sincere, because at this point I can tell he has a lot of things that he should learn. I mean, to be very sincere, he is nice. He is brilliant. Like he is really gonna light up the Bernabeu at some point in the future. But I think maybe he should be coming on as a sub for now. So that way, you know, we're starting Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo on the right, and then Kylian Mbappé, of course, as a center forward. Now, I mean, I don't know if Rodrigo has said to Xabi, listen, if you want to play me, only play me as a left winger. And I doubt it. But maybe this is, you know, Xabi's decision 100%. So yes, that was surprising. But the first 20 minutes, Real Madrid dominated this game absolutely. They looked like the team that they have been, with a flying start to the season. Unfortunately, Arda Güler was pickpocketed, and Marseille converted the chance, and Real Madrid was down by a goal. Talking about Arda Güler, he looked really tired. Today, he looked really sluggish. He wasn't at his best. Now, I want to link that to the fact that he played in the 2 international games, as well as this weekend where Real Madrid was a man down because Dinhausen was sent off. So perhaps that is the case, but I didn't see the best of him. Another guy that looks also sluggish is Federico Valverde. We know he is the engine. He is a steam. During this weekend, he looked kind of sluggish, but I was like, oh, maybe because we're a man down, you know, and blah, 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 blah. But today, he looked the same. I mean, I don't know if something is wrong, if he needs to rest a little bit more, but I will hope he gets back to the Federico Valverde that we used to see. But anyways, halftime, it was 1-1 each. Real Madrid came in the second half. I mean, you know, both teams were trying to, put some more goals, I mean, at the back of the net. But prior to that, we saw a controversial situation. Well, maybe not controversial anyway, because I do agree Dani Carvajal was rightfully or should be sent off. You might argue, I mean, maybe the goalkeeper made a big meal out of it, but either ways, a player like Dani Carvajal, well experienced, you're a captain of Real Madrid, you are a seasoned veteran in this game, that is not a behavior that you should be shown out to the public, right? You have to be an example. You are a leader, not just to the Real Madrid team, but you know, you have to show that example to the rest of the world. So I think I don't see that controversial, but maybe you do. But also another controversy that saw Real Madrid went 2-1 ahead and finished 2-1 was the penalty kick that was awarded to Real Madrid due to a handball in the 18-yard box. Now, I don't think that should have been awarded. You know, it's one of those wins that, you know, even as a Real Madrid fan, I was not really excited, because I wouldn't want that penalty kick to be awarded against Real Madrid, to be honest. And, you know, given what happened during the weekend with the Dinhausen, you know, sending off, I was shocked the referee did not go to VAR, because I think if he had gone to VAR, he could have had a different perspective to that situation. But anyways, Kylian Mbappé stepped up and converted the kick, and Real Madrid went 2-1 up, and it stayed that way. We are going to England next at White Hart Lane. We saw Tottenham Hotspurs. They won by 1-0 in that game. In fact, that was an own goal. In that game, I mean, there was not much. Villarreal, I think they did not register a shot on target, so it was a really slow game. Spurs, they were not at their best, you know. So we are going to move right away to the Netherlands. So in Netherlands, now this was the shocker. I talked about surprises. I took your memory down to 2021 when Sheriff came to the Champions League and they beat Shakhtar Donetsk. They went to the Santiago Bernabeu and they defeated Real Madrid as well. Now, I talked about USG could do this, and indeed they did it. The only thing was, I was like, despite the injuries, PSV Eindhoven should be able to pull it off. But that was absolutely the opposite. I mean, they won convincingly by 3-1. PSV had the possession, but it was like possession without purpose, because USG had a lot of shots on target and a lot of shots on goal. Excuse me. So they deserve that victory 100%. Talking about surprises, let's go over to Portugal, where we saw another one. Benfica, they went ahead by 2-0, and Qarabag FK came back and won that game by 3-2. What a performance. I mean, they were close, I mean, in terms of possession, but then in terms of shots on target, like Qarabag were very, very, very clinical. They were efficient. We are going to finish up in Italy. Again, this was another game that I was shocked, because, I mean, Juventus, I was not expecting this from them at all. Remember, I said they are having a perfect start to the season. They're coming off of a wonderful win against Inter Milan. Like, they should be feeling confident, and they are home. And on top of that, Borussia Dortmund, they are suffering from injuries. Like, key players are injured. But however, Dortmund had that game in the bag. They had that game in the bag. But Juventus went on to score 4-3 and 4-4 in added time. Within 2 goals, I mean, they scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. And they managed to get it, and they managed to get a point. Now, Juventus will be happy, but I think they will look back and, you know, and feel like this was supposed to be our game. We should have gotten off a point from this game. But yes, this is the Champions League. It is a wonderful competition. It is at the very top. You know, every player wants to play at that level, and believe it or not, if you think it is given and not earned, then you're going to suffer, and you will really, really, really suffer. And we saw PSV Eindhoven suffer. We saw Benfica suffered. We saw Real Madrid suffered, although they came through. We saw Dortmund lost the lead. So again, you have to play from minute 1 to the final whistle. You have to be 100% focused, otherwise you will miss out. So thank you for sticking up with the podcast up until this point in time. Until then, stay blessed and catch you later. Peace out.